Scott Pruitt is supposed to be leading the Environmental Protection Agency, but instead, he's done everything he can to attack protections for the air we breathe and the water we drink, all to benefit his corporate allies and lobbyist friends. And if that's not bad enough, Pruitt has also used his public office and our taxpayer dollars to enrich himself and live a luxurious lifestyle full of first-class travel and special perks. Here's why it's time for him to go. Let's start with Pruitt's recent scandals. The one you might have heard of most recently is his living situation with some of his lobbyist friends. It turns out that Pruitt spent his first 6 months in D.C. living in a condo owned by an energy lobbyist and his wife. And to make matters worse, he only paid $50 a night. Think you could find a condo on Capitol Hill for $50 a night? Think again. Next, it came out that Pruitt gave huge raises to 2 of his political staffers. And even though in an interview on Fox News, Pruitt denied knowing anything about the raises.
They did not get pay raise.
They did.
No, they did not.
It's now being reported that he personally gave the stamp of approval. He gave just one of his staffers a raise of $56,000. That's just short of the annual median household income in this country. And then there's the fact that Pruitt hired a good buddy of his from Oklahoma named Albert Kelly to lead a task force on the cleanup of toxic sites known as Superfund sites at EPA. The problem? 2 weeks earlier, Kelly had been banned from the banking industry for life. But despite having no relevant experience and continued mystery around his past banking violations, Pruitt gave him a senior job at the agency. Pruitt's extreme waste of taxpayer dollars is another example of his abuse of his role at EPA. He spent upwards of $105,000 on first-class flights on the taxpayer's dime. But the times when he had to pay for himself, Pruitt only purchased tickets in coach. And Pruitt's 24-hour security detail has cost taxpayers nearly $3 million. Pruitt had previously justified this unprecedented security because of death threats. But now, this spending is being questioned because security officials have contradicted Pruitt's claims. Even Pruitt's own political staffers were shocked by his outrageous attempts to spend taxpayer dollars. One of his closest aides objected to Pruitt's proposal to spend $70,000 on 2 bulletproof desks in his office, and another tried to stop him from using a full motorcade and sirens to go to dinner at a fancy French restaurant in D.C. And when these aides raised concerns about his spending, Pruitt demoted them. At least 5 staffers were demoted, reassigned, or requested new jobs after they complained about Pruitt's extreme waste of taxpayer dollars. But the worst part is that what Pruitt's scandals really amount to are costly and dangerous impact on American lives, corrupting our health and our environment as he makes sure his industry and lobbyist friends profit. For example, in March of last year, Pruitt refused to ban a dangerous pesticide that EPA scientists found causes brain damage in children. Coincidentally, he had made this decision just a month after he met with a top chemical industry executive from the company that produces that pesticide. He's also moving to eliminate the Clean Power Plan, a rule that would literally save American lives by ensuring cleaner air. In fact, it was projected that the plan would have prevented up to 3,600 premature deaths every year. And just last month, Pruitt proposed rolling back common-sense clean car standards that were proven to improve air quality and would have saved consumers over $1.7 trillion over the life of the program. Instead, Pruitt's made sure that industry profits while consumers are slapped with a big bill at the pump. And Pruitt may boast about his effectiveness at EPA, but in reality, he's failing at his job, skirting and flaunting the law, hurting Americans, and costing us money. The list goes on and on. Scott Pruitt is unfit to serve, and he must be fired. It's time to boot Pruitt.